Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades, and let's get right into it because today we had that hot CPI coming less hot than expected, and we saw that the markets got a pretty substantial rally towards the upside. The Qs ended up on the day up 1.26%, and the IWM, which is the Russell 2000, actually ended up up on the day 1.09%. But at one point, it was up almost 1.9%, I believe. Yeah, almost up an entire 2%, but lost about 1% in gains throughout the day, as we did see some pullbacks come into play. And then, people are starting to digest the CPI, taking a look at what went up, what went down. And mostly it was like oil and gasoline that went up. And you can see that oil is actually on a tear at the moment. We'll take a look at maybe gasoline prices quickly. For the month of June, apparently they were up significantly. Let's just head over to gasoline. And I guess for the month of June, yeah, they were maybe up slightly, I guess. But maybe sometimes this is not what we pay at the pump. So the price of gas can go up substantially sometimes, and that's unfortunate because it makes our cost of living go higher. Anyways, moving on. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin got a bit of a move today. A little spike up to 30,900, and then it pulled back down to 30,200, and it closed on the day right around 30,400. Again, no, bullish. No, to me this still looks like bullish consolidation, but the longer we stay here, it's possible that we could get a dip back down to 28,700, or I have my price targets right here for you guys with the fib retracement. So again, I think I outlined them pretty clearly last time, which was around 28,148, which would be the 50% retracement. We could still bounce at this 382 retracement, but I would like the 50% retracement. And then we have the 61% retracement, which would be right around 27,300. But I wouldn't like it to pull back that much. I think I would be satisfied with the 50% retracement, as it would come into contact with this previous pivot right here. But again, sometimes nothing plays out, perfectly. So I'll probably be looking for something like this to play out. But we would really need, the markets to stay elevated and to continue rallying. Any big drop from here would really put a nail in the coffin for maybe Bitcoin, and we might start to head down, because we see that we might get a capitulation cross right here for the Bitcoin hash ribbons, and that has historically led to some pretty big downside moves, except for maybe here when we're at the lows, right around 15,000. So we've seen these, we've seen these capitulation crosses, and I guess if you're really gonna count this as a capitulation cross, then your maximum downside was probably like a really small amount. I'll just take a look at it for you guys right here. So I'll just drag it all the way down. But I really doubt that it's going to be anything substantial. It's probably going to be like 1 to 2%. So this capitulation cross, if we go on the day of, right, and at its lowest point, it was a monster 2.81%. Or am I even doing it too much? There we go, 2.66%. Oh my goodness, atrocious, right? Nothing compared to this 42% drop, right? But obviously these have led to pretty big capitulations. So we've seen a capitulation here, right? Hash ribbons cross, and then you see 42% capitulation. Same thing here. You saw a hash ribbon cross, but this is the thing, right? We got a hash ribbon cross. It was actually right about here at the lows that we got the hash ribbon cross, and then we saw a 21% move towards the upside, stop out all those shorts, and then we took it towards the downside with the whopping 52% drop at its lowest point. Obviously, if you're just going to this wick, then this was a 50% drop flat basically. But if you would have held maybe another like couple of months, right, you probably would have gotten another 2% out of that. So again, I don't think that would have been really worth it. But again, it's up to you guys to do what you want with your own money. And then we can take a look at here. We got a capitulation cross as well, 20% drop, 50% drop here, and then a 29% drop here, 56% drop there. And then again, this is when we're getting into the early stages of the data, so this might be really unreliable. We have almost no volume, and then we can see that we got a 5% drop off this capitulation, which led into a hash rate buy signal, and that turned into a 5,000% rally, right? So again, these can be really good and signals to when to get out and when to get into the market. And right now, I don't want to signal a crash or anything, but we are getting pretty close to there. So it's possible that we could get a capitulation. It doesn't mean that we're going to get a 50% crash, but it could mean that we could be on the verge of maybe getting a 5 to 10% correction, right? And that would even then, that would still be bullish for Bitcoin. Even a 10% correction could could shake out the longs, right? And then maybe get some people suckered into some shorts, and then they might take it up towards the upside after that to 35 and up, right? A 20% rally from 27,000 would bring us maybe 25% would bring us right around 33 to 34,000 dollars. Obviously, if we just drop down to my target, like I'm thinking, we get another 20% rally from there, then we would maybe get the target 20 to 25. So again, 20 is 34. 25 would probably be around 35,580. Again, that's one of my targets as well. I've reiterated this many times before. Taking a look at the Bitcoin futures, we still have a gap to fill up here. And again, nothing means that it has to be satisfied right at this very moment. We have gaps to the downside as well that still have to be filled right around 20,365. And then I think we have some gaps. I think there's a gap down here that has yet to be filled as well, right around the $9,000 area. But that, again, that is very, very, very low. And I don't know if it's going to get satisfied anytime soon. All right, so let's keep moving here. We'll take a look at maybe some indicators on Market Cipher. I know a lot of you love Market Cipher, and apparently the Market Cipher stream is down, so I will be fixing that tonight. Looking at the wave 5, again, it is still signaling that it's topped out here, but we got some green money flow starting to peak out here. However, the momentum waves are looking pretty grim. They are starting to push towards the downside here. We'll take a look at the 4-hour, and again, the 4-hour has been dwindling with green money flow. It's very possible that we could get a very big move down tomorrow with the PPI coming out at 8:30 in the morning. If again that comes out hotter than expected, that's going to be pretty bad for the markets. And on top of that, the unemployment claims is extremely important to the market now. That's also going to be coming out at 8:30. All right, and let's take a look right here at wave edge, and I'll tell you guys if I see anything. So looking at wave edge on the 4-hour, nothing here so far. Daily time frame, we got those sell signals a couple weeks ago. And then on the weekly, the 4-day. With the 4-day, we got a right cross. The 3-day, nothing there. The 2-day, we got a right cross as well. But again, looking at maybe some shorter time frames like the daily, I'm not seeing any real big detrimental signals that we're gonna start to collapse down. But I would not, rule it out that we could start to break back down here and maybe start to tag the $28,500 level. And even then, right, that is just a level to be satisfied. Doesn't mean that we're gonna bounce 100% from there. We could very easily start to move even further. Looking at the 30-minute, we actually have a little green triangle at the moment. Some potential buying coming on Bybit here, and maybe even on Coinbase. Let's take a look at another chart here on Binance. So we got some on 3 charts so far. So maybe I might even enter a small little long position here inside of Discord, and I'll let you guys know. And again, congratulations to the Discord members. You guys are banging some trades out. We had a nice call off from Aiden today, and I entered that trade at the right moment and managed to pull off a 71% profit here on Solana. Again, this was a short on Solana, so congratulations to you guys that caught that trade. You guys are banking some really nice money. And taking a look at Solana now, it's actually even lower than where I exited, so you guys can probably bank some even bigger money than me. Right, so let's take a look at maybe a few more things here and I'll wrap it up. So looking at Nat Gas at the moment, Nat Gas did break this upper trend line, but however it did fail to hold it. You're getting some nice support right around, I believe this is the 100-day or 100-day EMA on the 4-hour. And taking a look at the daily, again, we're just consolidating here before our next move higher, so I'm not too surprised to see this, starting to happen at the highs as well. I think you are getting ready for a potential breakout, but it may not have to happen this week. It could very well happen next week, and we just have to be patient, right? This is a trade on the monthly pattern on nat gas and nat gas futures, and eventually this one is going to play out. Once it gets on the right side of things, this thing is really going to start moving towards the upside. And when it does, I know I've been talking about this probably since like February, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months in, we're still waiting for that big move in nat gas, and eventually it will come. But my goodness, when it does come, please be ready for it, because once we do get going, I know so many people are like, when the 60, 30, 40% move happens, everyone's gonna be like, when do I get into nat gas? When should I get into nat gas? Right? When I didn't buy into nat gas, I was too scared, or I didn't buy into nat gas because I thought it was gonna go lower, and and it goes on and on and on, and everyone starts to FOMO, because I'm saying, well, I don't know what I would do, because I wouldn't buy it if the move is already happening, right? I'm not gonna, you could start buying on the pullbacks, but then it's at risk to even pull back further, because nat gas is known for its massive volatility, right? You've seen these big pumps up and these dumps and the pump and the dump, and again, these may not look like big moves, but trust me, like, this is over a 34% move here, and then you drop down another 20%. Some people may not even be able to hold these trades for that long, right? And even seeing their account just drop that much. And then you're taking a look at the people who are trading Boyle and KOLD, right? Again, this is a 2-time leverage ETF. And when that starts to happen, you see that the drawdowns are significantly more because of the leverage. So when it dropped down, this thing is down 26% in 2 weeks. So it's just really an eye opener for you guys. Okay, unless you're okay with holding this for a substantial amount of time, then nat gas is going to play out. And again, you could utilize this as a leveraged option to get more bang out of your buck. Please keep in mind that there is a leverage play into effect here, and there is decay into these ETFs. Okay, wheat's looking good for a pullback here. I might get interested into getting back into wheat. Just looking at the weekly time frame, I really like what I'm seeing here. If we make a lower low on wheat, and then we start to form a bullish divergence on the weekly time frame, I am going to be reaccumulating wheat for the long term, and I might hold that position for a very long time. Okay, all right, I think that covers it for now. I'll keep you guys up to date for my trade signals inside the Discord. If you guys want to sign up, the link's in the description. Love you all. Peace.